On her 13th birthday, FIDE Master Alice Lee, host of the ChessKid show Alice's Pawn Palace, found herself up a pawn against a two-time US women's champion. But birthday cakes are the only thing she was going to be given, not the full point. She's in a tough position. She is up a random H-pawn, but all of these pieces are bearing down on her queenside pawns. A very tricky position to deal with. Basically, she's not being asked to attack or defend. She's basically being asked to just get herself developed and out of this situation where her pieces are worse than white's. Now, Mr. Computer says to play really slowly and play a move like King G7, and if white improves slowly with King D2, then play a move like H5, and at some point, white might force the action with a move like Rook B4, and then she could wiggle out with B6, hitting the knight and also getting ready to develop this bishop at some point. Let's go back. Instead, she went for tactics, because what do teenagers like more than the newest iPhone? Cool tactics. And on her 13th birthday, she found what I'm going to say is a very good practical choice. She played the move Bishop to F5. It seems like it solves all of her problems at once, or wait a minute, maybe it just blunders the pawn. Which one is it? Well, white could have still kept the game very interesting by capturing with the knight. It's not very obvious though. Seems like capturing with the bishop is better. We're going to get back to that. Alice likely had planned to put a rook on the open file and then to invade on the second rank, and when the king moves, to grab her pawn back. Now, it's true, white can keep on munching with rook takes a6, but then knight to g4, forking the king and the pawn, white pretty much has to capture, otherwise white's going to lose a lot of material, and after takes, this position is probably about equal. Now, black does have this bishop on the very open chessboard, but white does have this outside passed pawn. I actually don't know which side I'd prefer here. Still a very interesting game. But let's go back to her trick, which was bishop to f5. White played bishop takes b7, which seems like the best choice, right? Seems like white is mopping up this pawn and stopping all of the tricks on the c file because the bishop just guards c8. Oh no, oh no. The teenager had a special surprise. Can you find the winning move for black? Well, this is actually a remove the guard problem. The knight is guarding the bishop, so we just play knight d7. Now, it seems like it's just going to be a trade, right? The knight takes, we take back, equal game. Ah, but you saw more. Knight takes, you saw bishop takes, hitting the rook. But then the rook moves over and just guards the bishop. Ah, but you know what? You might be helped by something I call +1 thinking. You have to think one more move further ahead. After the rook moves to b4, Alice has this winning move a5, and the rook has nowhere to go. We'll actually see that in action because white did take, not much better to do than that move, and after takes, if the rook had gone here, then a5, and unfortunately, now the rook has to move to some sort of unguarded square, whether it's b3 or b6, and then the rook won't be defended, so you can put pp on the pp. For example, rook to b3, we just play the move bishop to c6, and because the rook is not defended, we win the bishop and we win the game. In the actual game, white realized that was going to happen, so white just went, tried to get as much material as she could, but after rook takes, Alice went on to win with her extra piece. That was her third win of the tournament, and a little bit past the halfway point, she's right there fighting for a podium finish. Good luck to Alice the rest of the way.